What if I told you the world's richest families follow a secret rule book? For centuries, the ultra-wealthy have been quietly abiding by unspoken codes that keep their fortunes flourishing. Today, we're cracking open that rule book and revealing the timeless secrets that old money dynasties have guarded for generations. These are the rules they don't want you to know. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. If you love exploring the world of luxury and success, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Now, let's uncover the first secret. Society has always been fascinated by the mysterious lives of the ultra-rich. The secret lives and unspoken codes of the obscenely wealthy have long inspired books, TV shows, and films. Lately, even Gen Z, Generation Z, has jumped on board, racking up billions of views on TikTok by imitating the old money aesthetic. But beyond the designer clothes and grand estates lies something deeper, a mindset, a culture, almost a hidden rule book that guides these families. From the Rockefellers to the Rothschilds, generations of affluent clans have quietly followed certain principles to preserve their wealth, power, and prestige. Let's turn the page to rule number 1 of the old money playbook. Rule number 1, legacy over luxury. Old money families never think in terms of quick wins or flashy splurges. They think in generations, not years. For them, wealth isn't just about having money, it's about safeguarding a legacy. While a newly rich mogul might ask, "How can I make more money right now?" An old money patriarch ponders, "What will keep my family secure for centuries?" It's a radically different mindset. Every major decision, whether it's investments, business ventures, or even family matters, is made with the distant future in mind. Picture a third-generation heir walking past a showroom of brand-new supercars. The nouveau riche might collect Lamborghinis in every color, but an old money heir? He'll cherish Grandpa's vintage Rolls-Royce, lovingly maintained for decades.
It's not that they can't buy the latest toy, it's that they value timeless quality over trendy prestige. This philosophy extends to their homes, often historic estates kept in the family, and even their wardrobes. Don't expect them to chase each season's fads at Gucci or Louis Vuitton. You're more likely to find a Savile Row tailored suit or a classic Chanel piece worn for years. In their eyes, wealth whispers, it doesn't shout. This obsession with longevity is one of their secret weapons. By planning for horizons far beyond their own lifetimes, old money clans ensure that each generation inherits not just money, but the knowledge of how to preserve and grow it. Many even establish family offices and hold regular meetings to educate younger members on managing the family fortune. They are, in effect, grooming their children to be stewards of an ongoing legacy, not spenders of a sudden windfall. And it works. Take the famed Rockefeller family. John D. Rockefeller's fortune was colossal, but it was his son, John D. Rockefeller Jr., who set up systems to carry that wealth into the future. The Rockefellers created a family mission to grow the human and intellectual capital of the family. They put traditions in place to ingrain financial discipline in every heir. When you treat wealth as a family business, complete with mission statements and training, it's no wonder the empire endures. Story snippet. One fascinating tale from the Rockefeller Rulebook. John D. Rockefeller Jr. reportedly gave each of his 5 sons an allowance of only 25 cents a week. If they wanted more money, they had to earn it themselves, by doing things like raising vegetables or rabbits. He made them keep detailed ledgers of every penny. Each child had to donate 10% of their earnings to charity, save another 10%, and account meticulously for the rest. Imagine that. Even future billionaires had to balance their books and learn the value of a dollar. By instilling such habits early, the family ensured that privilege didn't turn into entitlement. Through stories like these, we see rule number 1 in action. Old money lives by legacy and long-term thinking. Next, we'll uncover another chapter of this secret code, one that has nothing to do with money at all, but everything to do with class. Rule number 2, etiquette and grace above all. For old money, being rich isn't an excuse to be rude. In fact, it's the opposite. These families are raised with a deep sense of etiquette, courtesy, and grace in every interaction. From a young age, heirs are taught the art of the polite handshake, the thank you note, the proper introduction. Why? Because in high society, manners are the true currency of class. Imagine this: at a black-tie dinner, someone accidentally spills wine on an old money matriarch's expensive gown. A nouveau riche person might cause a scene or scold the guest. But the old money response? A warm smile and a gentle reassurance. It's nothing. I've been meaning to redecorate this dress with red anyway. In other words, they downplay the incident to spare everyone embarrassment. Old money elites learn to hold their tongue when angry and never humiliate others to show off their own knowledge or status. There's an almost royal composure in how they handle social mishaps and awkward moments. This isn't just about using the correct fork at dinner, though trust me, they know that too. It's about respect and restraint. A classic motto from Britain's aristocracy says, "Never complain, never explain. Don't whine about your problems, don't justify yourself to everyone." In practice, it means keeping your dignity, even when gossip swirls or challenges arise. The late Queen Elizabeth II embodied this rule, maintaining stoic poise through every crisis. Old money families worldwide take a similar approach. Handle conflicts in private. Keep emotions in check. Let actions, not arguments, speak loudest. Politeness, discretion, a firm handshake, looking people in the eye. These little things are drilled into old money heirs at elite schools and dinner tables. And guess what? It pays off. Good manners can open doors that even piles of cash can't. People want to do business with, be friends with, and even marry into families who exude grace and reliability. In the secret rulebook of old money, rule number 2 is clear. Class is something you show through behavior, not bank balances. Rule number 3, keep wealth quiet and secure. If there's one thing old money despises, it's a braggart with a gold-plated megaphone. Flashy sports cars, diamond-encrusted watches the size of saucers, Instagram posts of private jets. That's the realm of new money, trying to announce they've arrived. Old money, in contrast, lives by the creed of quiet luxury, understated elegance, zero need to show off. You'd hardly guess a billionaire was in the room with you. He might be wearing well-tailored but subtle clothes, no obvious logos, driving a comfortable but modest car, and certainly not broadcasting his net worth. An old money home might be a centuries-old estate tucked behind trees, not a gaudy mansion on MTV Cribs. By not flaunting riches, old money avoids becoming targets for scammers, gold diggers, or even political backlash. It's like putting a protective cloak over the family fortune. You won't see these folks arguing on Twitter or flashing cash in a casino. They prefer influence behind closed doors to fame on an open stage. In sum, rule number 3 of the secret handbook: never advertise your wealth. True fortune wears a veil of discretion. As we continue, the next rule reveals what many of these elite families feel they owe to society, a duty that comes with privilege. Rule number 4, duty to give back. With great privilege comes great responsibility.
Old money families understand this, perhaps better than anyone. Rather than hoard riches selfishly, they often feel a deep obligation to give back to society. In aristocratic terms, it's called noblesse oblige. Nobility obligates you to help those less fortunate. For generations, ultra-wealthy clans have poured money, quietly, into charitable foundations, museums, universities, and hospitals. They don't do it for praise. In fact, many prefer to donate anonymously or through family trusts. They see philanthropy as part of the family legacy. Look at the names etched on the wings of old libraries and museums: Rockefeller, Carnegie, Mellon, Vanderbilt. These titans endowed institutions that still benefit millions today. It's no coincidence. Philanthropy is baked into old money culture. One study noted that old money families are deeply involved in charitable causes and view wealth as a duty to society. The idea is simple. Money has power, and power must be used responsibly. So they fund art galleries, sponsor scholarships, lead community initiatives. They often set up multi-million-dollar foundations to tackle big issues, from education and medicine to environmental conservation. Sure, some cynics point out the tax benefits and social clout that come with philanthropy. And that's true, but many old money patriarchs and matriarchs genuinely believe in stewardship, that they are caretakers of wealth that should ultimately benefit humanity. In their secret rulebook, rule number 4 says, "Bestow as much as you bequeath." The family name should be associated not only with wealth, but with positive impact. Rule number 5, knowledge is wealth. Our final uncovered rule isn't about money, it's about the mind. Old money families place immense value on education and culture. If money builds the mansion, knowledge fills its libraries. It's often said, education is the one inheritance that can't be squandered. Many of these families ensure their children get the finest schooling. Prep academies, Oxbridge and Ivy League universities, perhaps even a PhD or two for good measure. But it goes beyond degrees. They cultivate a lifelong love of learning. Literature, art, world history, languages, sciences. An old money heir is expected to be just as comfortable discussing Mozart as managing a stock portfolio. Intellectual curiosity is part of their pedigree. Studies on old money behavior note that these families consider knowledge just as important as financial capital. They're often well-read, well-traveled, and well-versed in the arts and sciences. You might find a countess who speaks 4 languages, or a billionaire who can quote philosophy and also identify every wine in his cellar. It's not about showing off, it's about personal enrichment and engaging with the world on a deeper level. And it's strategic. A broad education helps them make wise decisions, preserve fortune, and lead in society.
No, fortunes can be lost, but skills and wisdom endure. You could say they stockpile wisdom the way others stockpile gold. They'd rather boast a well-stocked library than a garage full of supercars. In the end, their cultural capital often proves just as valuable as financial capital. Now, we've peeled back the curtain on 5 of the most important old money rules. Preserve legacy. Practice perfect manners. Live modestly. Give generously. And value knowledge. These principles have guided the richest families on earth for ages. The expert evidence of principles because also, but here's the twist. Perhaps the ultimate secret in this rule book is one they'll never share. After all, the final rule of old money families might be, never reveal all your secrets.